super important as a older athlete to warm up. But you'll find in most bodybuilding gyms, they don't really have a warm-up area. So you got to work out where to warm up and just do what you can do. Let's do a quick tour of Foundry Gym while the pre-workout's kicking in. So those of you that watch me know that I train mostly in Elite in Redditch, which is a world-class facility. The last week I've been training in Ultimate Fitness in Birmingham, which to be fair is amazing. The kit looks old, but it's well maintained and it's super smooth. The atmosphere and the soundtrack is just absolutely bang on. So far this place, it's got good vibes, good music, so let's have a look around. Yeah, so loads of good machines. They got all the hammer strength kit, which is stuff that I really like. Pull over machine. Old school light fitness. The Nautilus glute ham raise, which is just top. What I really like here already is you've got multiple pieces of every kit. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different places to squat. There's 1, 2, 3 different hammer strength push. So you're pretty much never going to be waiting for a piece of equipment. So that is a plus versus Elite or versus Ultimate. It's just the volume of equipment that they've got in there. So they've got 1, 2, 3, 4 free weight benches. Never seen that before. Yeah, so what I can see, it's an awesome gym. You've got this Astro to go up and down and push a sled, which is super great for functional fitness. Over here, you've got boxing. Guys are doing boxing, Muay Thai on the mats. There's pads over here, and I need to learn how to do boxing, so I'm not going to pretend to do a boxing stance, but there's also an MMA ring in the corner. Just one thing I probably noticed is I can't see a foam roller anywhere. I can't see a real space for people to warm up, stretch out pre or post workout. So the only niggle I'd have with this gym is it's not that functional, right? As an older athlete, I need to warm up, I need to cool down. So today what we'll do, we'll just do a few more working sets of our first movement. And then when we're back in Elite for training, I'll show you my full upper body warm-up routine. What pisses me off sometimes is you got people that use equipment and they rest on the equipment. Not mentioning any names or pointing anyone out. But if you're using something and you're resting, get off the equipment, let someone else use it and let them work in, right? Stop doing it. And to make it even worse, you're sat there in between your sets on WhatsApp or Instagram while someone else actually wants to do a workout on that piece of equipment. Anyway, rant over. So we found it, hidden away in the corner of the gym. Ta-da, closed cable stack. It's Christmas. In this upper workout, there's only 4 sets programmed for chest, which is very different to like how I train with Ryan Terry. That was 20, 25 sets for chest. Or even Ben Bray, who does FST7 from Harry Rambod, I think is a trainer in the US who trains Andre Dieu. But I like this. I've done both styles of training and I like lower sets, make it count, higher intensity. 2 sets to pre-exhaust, 2 sets you'll see on hammer strength push. So you have to make every set count and you cannot go. It's very like, I loved Dorian Yates when I was growing up. He's a massive idol of mine, also from the Midlands. Very sort of Dorian Yates style training is similar to how Cal will have programmed this workout for me. I'm really big on visualization. So this morning I woke up, I meditated for 10 minutes and then I did visualization. Visualize your goals, visualize what you're gonna do with your day. It's the same. In a set, I'm visualizing me winning my competition, which is 11 months from now. And that's what pushes me to do that extra 1, extra 2 reps. So if you're on a new machine, sometimes it'll take you 2 or 3 sets to work out where you need to be weight-wise, which is what I'm doing now. The 80 is still a little bit light. Actually, the machine, pin loaded, feels super smooth, so it's good. I'm gonna stay on here. Come on. Come on. Oh, feels good, feels good. Sure, the only thing with me, it's good that I'm programmed not to do 4 reps because I am training on my own, so I can't do 4 reps. Just taking that right to failure. And I'm not doing any like failure extension techniques, drop sets, giant sets. Just make sure the form is good. One thing I learned from Kallu is keep your rep speed the same, even when it gets hard. And from Ben Bray, at the top, pause. At the bottom, pause. Take all the momentum out of the movement. Chest is done. 4 sets, that's it. Chest is fucked. Now, we try back. So some people will respond to high volume training. Like Andre Deary looks amazing, Ben Bray looks amazing. Some people are going to respond to high intensity training like Dorian Yates, it worked for him. And it's very similar in business. There's not one way to be successful. Like Gary Vee is all about working 20 hours a day and having 4 hours sleep and hustle, hustle, hustle. But I'm here to tell you that for me, the less I work, the better ideas I have, the more I leverage my team and the more successful I become. So don't just try and emulate and do exactly what the people that you look up to did. Work out what works for you. Everyone's unique. There are many different ways to reach success on your terms, but you have to do what's right for you and be authentic to yourself. Whether that's working long and slow and incremental, whether it's going into the office, focusing, doing 2 or 3 intense hours of work a day, or different approaches to what you actually do when you're there. Do what's right for you. Normally, I would do the ISO lateral pull down. So if you have a hammer strength ISO lateral pull down, that's the one. But here we've got a slightly different piece of kit. It's still a pull from the top, so we're hitting lat width, upper and outer lats. So we're going to still hit a similar part of the lat, but the reason I really normally like the ISO lat pull down is you can do single arm and you can pull right through, get right down to the oblique and get a full contraction. But we're in a different gym, we use a different equipment, it will give us different stimulus, so it's all good. We're on the hunt for a T-bar row. I think the gym is the only place where you're legitimately allowed to walk around like 10 men. It's okay. As soon as you go out of the gym, you got to stand normally. But in here, we like to feel the pump. There's a bit of a theme for chest and back, pre-exhausting the muscle and then coming onto a compound. So the T-bar is definitely one where I used to throw the weight up and use momentum. Now I've dropped the weight right off, probably to half of what I was doing, and just really trying to remove all the momentum. It's an easy piece of equipment just to throw the weight around. So for me, try and slow everything down and just remove momentum, which puts everything onto the muscle. Back is one of my weakest parts in terms of thickness and being able to do a lat spread. So I have to prioritize thinking about back training. The reason for the handles is just to get, like, it's not natural for your wrist and your back to be in that position as you pull down. It puts stress on your shoulders and you can't get as good a contraction. So if you just get these, they're like 10 quid on Amazon. Turn them slightly pronated, you get better contraction. And the reason I'm sat on the floor is because some machines, I've got quite long arms and I can't get a full stretch. So just sit on the floor. It is what it is. So that's chest done, back done. I've now got cuff lateral raises for shoulders. And I do want to target more width on my shoulder, more shoulder cap. But the whole sets, 6 sets for back, 4 sets for chest, it's high intensity. I mean, it's still taking me 45 minutes because I'm taking 2 to 3 minutes in between every set. I mean, it takes longer when you're filming anyway because you're talking, right? But 2 to 3 minutes timed between every set rather than the 45-second high volume. Just a different approach, guys, right? So the reason why this video is called Push Business and Bodybuilding is because when I'm training, that's when my best thoughts come to me about business, and I want to be able to speak those and impart my 15 years of business experience onto you guys who are mostly aspiring business owners in the health and fitness industry. And I'm not a fitness coach, so I'm not qualified to give fitness advice, but I've been training for 25 years. So I've picked up bits along the way and I'm trained by the best in the business. So I hope that by watching my videos, you can get a bit of both, a bit of bodybuilding and a bit of business, tips and advice to take away. Lying cuff lateral raises. So for 20 years, I did dumbbell lateral raises. And the great thing about working with Pro Coach is he understands exercise mechanics. It's common sense now, but if you think about it, when you've got a dumbbell here, all it's doing is pulling you down. There's nothing pulling your side delt. So with a cable, you can remove all of the joint stress and just put constant tension on the side delts. Since Ryan Terry told me that I need bigger shoulders, I turned my warm-up into like a high rep, almost a failure set, so I'm just getting an extra set. So really it's 4 sets. First one is about 15 to 20 reps, second one, third and fourth, just between 8 and 12 reps. So I bought this strap from Amazon so that you can do long rope and get the full extension, which is on my program, but most gyms, they won't have a long rope. I just found like it was difficult going to different gyms. They don't tend to have a long rope. So this allows you to come right out and get a full contraction on your triceps. So all we have programmed, we've done 3 sets for shoulders, done. All we have programmed for tricep is 3 sets, 8 to 12 long rope. That's it. So my weight now is about 105 and I don't look the same as when we first started the series, like not as much definition. I probably look smaller because of less definition, but I think you've got to be okay with that. Like if you want to have a good competitive performance, you need to be okay with looking a bit fluffy for a good period of time so you can put on muscle, right? You need to be okay and not be vain around having enough calories and enough excess body fat as a natural athlete to put muscle on and have a good off season. Because I watched George Osborne's YouTube video yesterday, super interesting about his DEXA scans, and he talked about how he had a really long prep, lost loads of lean tissue, and it took him probably 6 months to get that tissue back on, which I don't want to do. I'd rather have excess for a long period of time, train hard, put muscle on, and then slowly bring things down with mini cuts so that I don't have to do an excessive prep period. Right guys, we've wrapped up push. All I want to say is, if you're an older athlete, even if you're younger, take 2 minutes to do a quick warm down. I don't have any room here to sit and do a proper stretch out, so I'm going to do 2 things. One, I'm going to hang from here for 2 sets of 1 minute. And 2, the movement that you saw right at the start, where I put my elbows on the bench and stretch out my lats, I'm going to do that for probably 5 or 10 deep breaths. And then if I've got time, I'd get on the treadmill while I'm having my post-workout cream of rice, whey, glutamine, etc. I'll walk for 10 minutes just to calm the body down. One final little touch, because you hype yourself up to train, right? You hype yourself up and you need to go back into normal life, not like this, like a crazy person. So you can do box breathing through the nose while you're walking on the treadmill. 4 seconds in, 4 second hold, 4 seconds out, 4 second hold. And it will just calm down your whole system, right? So you can go back into normal life and not be like hyper alert. Hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. Do me a favor, it really helps me. If you enjoyed it, like and subscribe and share this with your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next one.